You are now tuned into the FuseBox Radio Broadcast with DJ Fusion and John Judah. Syndicated worldwide to bring real black radio back to the masses.
All right, everybody, 1 2 1 2. What's going on? You're now in tune to another session of the syndicated worldwide FuseBox Radio Broadcast with DJ Fusion and John Judah since 1998. Whether it's on your FM dial, internet radio station, podcast, or website, bringing you a slice of what we call 21st century black radio to the masses. What we talk about black radio, we're not talking about you hearing the same 25 songs and one or two little bits of gossip or news, and we just call it a day. We keep things diverse with all the music that we throw on, so you'll hear hip-hop, soul, funk, jazz, reggae, and a whole bunch of other good stuff, as well as different bits of news, commentary, interviews, and all of that good stuff. Shout out to all of our broadcast affiliates who are down with the FuseBox Radio sound. You can check out the latest list over at blackradiosback.com, our official blog. And yep, let's get into what we're going to do this week for the show. You got myself, DJ Fusion, on the mix and commentary, and on the side you got my bro John Judah. What's going on, man?
Yeah, freaking hi, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Nappy Von Funker back in the building. Vinny Vortex is back here, rising up to the ceiling. Of course, Jay Judea back in the house, just seeing what I'm feeling. Of course, here with the wonderful and beautiful DJ Fusion, the FuseBox Radio. Of course, got many a good show, many a good song. We hope you all come along. DJ Fusion, what you got to say for me,
Doing pretty good. Glad to be back up in the mix and everything as always. And yeah, we got a lot going on with this week's show. A matter of fact, let's break that down before we break down all the ways people can reach out to us in the commentary and stuff. This week, we're going to have our Black Agenda Report segment and Direct FX segment. We're not going to have a free press segment this week just because we have a really fly interview that we had go down last week. Some people might have heard it on the blackradiosback.com website. We had an interview with drummer and producer Will Calhoun of the seminal rock group Living Color. Some would say, one of the rock groups that was part of the big main black rock, Afro-punk movement and all that, but just a dope rock group in general. And he had a show here in the DC area last week I went to that was freaking awesome. It was fantastic. And he went all over the map. Besides rock, he does stuff in jazz and world music and all that type of stuff, and the show accumulated in a whole bunch of that stuff besides extra things, which was awesome. But yeah, we had a nice long convo with him about how he feels the state of music is in general, much less black music, his background, and a whole lot of other good things. And I had to give him a big shout because we did the interview before I went to the show, and we ended up actually being able to chop it up after the show or whatever. Very on point and humble dude, and extremely talented. Like if you would hear, like if you even try to check out some videos of Will Calhoun or recordings and stuff, you would think there's an entire drum line behind this dude, and it's just one dude. And seeing him play all that stuff was unreal. So in the day and age where you got people like, I got this many views on World Star or YouTube or whatever, they think they're a star and that they're the most talented cat in the world. Nah, yo, not at all. That was another reinforced thing where it's like you got to step up your game a lot to get remotely near to what people call classic. And that brother is classic right there. So big shouts out to him. And yeah, we got some interesting interview vibes on that level this week.
Yeah, I'd just like to say big shout out to Will Calhoun. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Of course, big shout out to Living Color, the group that he comes from. I think they're classic rock, classic black rock, and he was the drummer, is the drummer for that great situation they have right there. One thing that I learned about Living Color years ago is that I think when they had I guess they're the first black rock group to have to make it up Billboard that high as they did. I think as the jacket on their CBGB. They did some songs in CBGBs and they had put it on a recording, and that's one of the main ones that I got. Jacket that said made mention of that. Also, I know that they were going to be touring with the Rolling Stones back in that era. I'm not sure how that panned out. I think it was something related to a member that they didn't, but they were offered to tour with the Stones, and no black rock group that had come before then had done that, had been put up with the Stones. We were with the Stones. I mean, it doesn't really get too much bigger than the Stones.
Oh yeah, they actually did. He had a little interesting anecdote about that too, from back in the day. But yeah, I just want to put that out there real quick. But yeah, it's an interesting interview, and it's cool, it's fun, folks get into a whole bunch of different things, and yeah, folks go hard, so definitely shout out to Mr. Will Calhoun, and the interview going down with that this week, and as always, we got our commentary and all that, but we're going to get into that in a little while. Before getting into the music and the interview, you can always check us out on the World Wide Web, as we mentioned before, our official blog, blackradiosback.com. We're revamping our status in regard to what we put on blackradiosback.com right now. Basically, we've been in kind of like a big relaunch mode with that particular website. For those people who have already checked out the overall website, FuseBoxRadioOnline.com, FUSEBOX online.com. That's a nice portal into getting into all of our social network sites and everything. Otherwise, you can just go to whatever social network and go to /Fusebox Radio. So twitter.com /Fusebox Radio, FUSEBOX RADIO, Facebook.com FuseboX Radio, YouTube.com FuseboX Radio, Vimeo, since we got some more new videos up, /FuseboX Radio for y'all who like that high definition crispy video, and all that other good stuff. Or you can just go to Google, search for FuseBox Radio Broadcast, and pretty much all of our stuff should pop up in some way, shape, or form. And of course, shout out to all of our wonderful broadcast outlets that trust to dig the FuseBox Radio vibe and put us on wherever each week. Or you click on that website, you're at work, you click that player, and you can find us out. Also, you can search for us on iTunes, Zune, Flycats, and other music RSS feeders. Check for FuseBox Radio. We should pull up our nice little logo and everything. You need to subscribe to the weekly broadcast, and with Blip TV, also you can subscribe to the videos we're popping up. We're going to go into a lot more events, so there's going to be a lot more video updates than within the past year. So definitely check that out. Shout out to the folks in DC over at the Washington DC Green Festival as well. We taped a speech/discussion by Brazilian music artist Gilberto Gil over there, and yeah, you should peep that. It's definitely kind of interesting seeing his take on the entire music and creativity and copyright and all of that good stuff. But yeah, it's busy, it's hectic. We got a lot more going on in the upcoming week. We should have some Howard University video and pictures. Hopefully their homecoming is jumping off this week, so, and they got 90 million shows going on, so it should be madness. So if you see the FuseBox Radio, or one of us carrying the FuseBox Radio bag, say hi and all of that good stuff. But yeah, man, just glad to be back in here for another weekend things of the FuseBox Radio show. And yeah, let's get into a little bit of news and commentary before we get into the music mix. Unfortunately, a few people have passed away within the past week or two. For my reggae lovers, roots reggae and dancehall reggae, earlier this week was kind of sad. Gregory Isaacs passed away. He had a battle with cancer. He passed away in London. For those who might not be familiar with his extremely long catalog of music, he had, I think, over a 30-40 year discography of music. So, he was in there. I think he just put out an album maybe about a year or two ago, a new album of stuff a year or two ago. A lot of people should know his song Night Nurse. Nice slow reggae grind type of joint. And he had all types of stuff jumping off musically. He influenced a lot of the current roots reggae and dancehall reggae artists. And I think right up until through this year, he was still touring internationally and performing. I remember being in the New York City area, and you will constantly see that, hey, Gregory Isaacs is coming in. I regret not being able to go and see one of his shows. They always sold out, like, quickly. Whether you were in Brooklyn, Manhattan, whatever other spot, you'd be like, oh, Gregory Isaacs show is jumping off. Those tickets were gone. And if you go on some of these sites and search for some videos of him performing, you can see why. He was a consummate performer, and you know, he had a unique voice and vibe and everything, and was a good vibed music artist. And there's times that's rare as well. So definitely R.I.P. to him passing away. For my punk rock people, Ari Up from the Stilts passed away. For those folks, this was around the time when Johnny Rotten and a whole bunch of other people were getting the punk rock movement jumping off around the NYC area. And she was very important in regard to crafting music, playing bass, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So one of those seminal people who might not necessarily gotten mainstream props was a really big foundation people for that person, for that particular scene. So R.I.P. to her. And also, I don't think I remember, I think this happened after the radio show broadcast occurred. For my people who are into the hip-hop realm, particularly the up-to-date Harlem hip-hop realm, R.I.P. to Huddy 6. I never knew him personally. I've heard a lot of good things about him from people in the NYC area and whatnot. He was a member of Mace's Harlem World, and he also rolled with the Diplomats and Big L and a whole bunch of other people. He was supposed to be a really good dude, like a good vibe type of dude, always willing to reach out and help out people and other types of stuff. Ended up getting into a car accident around the George Washington Bridge, really close to Cameron and a whole bunch of other people, since a lot of these cats grew up with each other. And again, I did not know the man personally, but I find it unfortunate when you hear somebody across the board who has a good, reputation and good vibe reputation, especially in this particular hip hop realm, passing away. That's a sad scenario. And I've had some people tell me, especially with the newer street era of of rap and stuff in Harlem, that that was like a keep the peace dude, and just wanted to have everybody make good things happen. One of the more behind the scenes type of cats on a whole lot of levels. So on that end, I think we had to give props due, since we had to give props to everybody on that level, and people will definitely be missed on that end. And let me see, we touched base on the side of music ends. Let's get into a little bit of the hard news, as it were, or the more international crucial news. Here in the States, I think people are trying to make people disillusioned about voting, and a lot of congressional seats, governmental seats, and stuff like that are going to be open for vote this election day in November. As we always encourage, whoever you vote for, make an educated vote. Check where people say they are on their particular stances and all of that good stuff. And just because Obama's in office doesn't mean you're supposed to sit back and be like, woo, everything's all good. Obviously, if you've been around the past 2 years, it hasn't been all good. It's been better, but that was like 8 years of hell people went through before, so it's supposed to be somewhat better. So, and also voting, is like a kick in the ass to a lot of people trying to show where you stand and what other type of stuff is jumping off. Judah?
It's left wing. People say left wing and right wing. Usually left wing and right wing comes off one thing, one bird, one motion, one entity. So regardless of Obama, people are going to point fingers at Obama. At the end of the day, he's representing policies that were handed down to him by people who did not look like me or have the intentions or me in mind. So I don't necessarily look at this as Obama. He's just a baby in a baby carriage being pushed around by bigger people. And half those people don't nobody know about. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, as Fusion said, watch who you voting, and also think about independents and others.
No doubt. There's more than just two political parties. And honestly, most of these two political parties try to bite off on certain things third parties say. And, maybe it's time for people to back up a legitimate third party than just, going by the status quo. But again, research all your people and vote for what's best, and continue to come out in those numbers. Now, interesting article in regards to the to the voting and stuff. You have what they call the Tea Party, which essentially is, to me, just a bunch of rich people manipulating certain right-wing Republican cats to a certain status that they don't need to have. There's a news story where they're talking about in certain areas they're trying to go ahead and shut down people of color from voting. Latinos, blacks, etc., because they're scared that, heaven forbid, a Tea Party candidate might not go through. Probably because even if you're not the most politically astute, it's like, all right, these cats are full of crap, whether it's logical type of stuff or, race-based type of things, because somehow America is just supposed to be tapioca pudding, vanilla-esque, and people of color ain't do a damn thing to, be a part of that, and that's just nonsense. If you're supposed to be all about democracy, let the chips fall where they may. Don't be trying to, to block folks, as it were. And I just find that funny. On another news, and Judah and I were talking about this a little while ago. I'm sure people have heard that author, journalist who was rolling with NPR, Juan Williams, ended up getting fired for some comments he made about Muslims on Fox News. And now he might be signing a contract with Fox News after all this goes down, talking about his freedoms were messed up, etc., etc., etc. Now, I don't know all the details about the actual way people went about getting fired, per se. NPR is pretty much like, we stick by our rules, by the standard that he's known about for years. Some things you just can't go there and be on a certain level in regards to blatantly discriminatory things, etc., etc. Now, I look at it like this. Juan Williams, some people talk about liberal Juan Williams. Juan Williams has never been liberal in any way, shape, or form. That is like one of the most middle-of-the-road cats ever on TV. I understand it. People can believe what they want, but, let's stop that nonsense right now. I think Juan Williams is playing himself if he signs over to Fox News, just because Fox News is not a legitimate news organization by whatever journalistic standard that you have. Not because, they don't necessarily believe what I believe or whatever. They are essentially a propaganda channel. And I'm like, all the years you built up a certain kind of reputation are going to go down the toilet no matter how much they pay you if you become a permanent part of that staff. And honestly, Juan Williams is not a young dude. He should know that he's being manipulated for other people's needs. Now all of a sudden, Sarah Palin and all these other people are like, oh, it's freedom of speech for this fine young Negro here, blah, 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 and it's unfair that this stuff happens and whatever. Get out of here, yo. Don't be played as a sucker. I think he is going to get played as a sucker. But, I don't know. This is one of those eras to me. A lot of people are showing their true colors, and if they want to be a pawn in the system, they want to be a pawn in the system. It's a little ridiculous of a situation to me.
Juan Williams has been a sellout jigro for most of his life, and now he's being backed, and now he doesn't have a problem aligning himself with the anti-Christ organization like Fox 5 News, which only wants to see black people in the way that they did in racist states. Only wants to see black people like the way they used to be in Jim Crow and subservience, and that's basically what they're push and pull, because to America go to a fascist state, that will be a return. Black people lived under fascism in the United States, under slavery and under Jim Crow, and up until 1945, up until the 1960s officially, because of the lack of rights that black people had that they're trying to erode. So black people lived under fascism, and Juan Williams is a jigro pushing it back to that point.
No doubt. And that's just mad, insane, and unfortunate. I mean, even got some people trying to talk about all of a sudden, like, well, Juan Williams got fired, so they should remove funding from NPR. Look, NPR is not the best news organization in the States. However, in terms of relatively balanced news info, again, relatively, they're a lot better than the Fox News or another place. So it's kind of funny. All of a sudden, it's like, let's just attack this entire institution because of this. Please, you do not care about no Juan Williams. You're just trying to have your own little whacked out opinion be the only news opinion that's out there for average head, and I think that's garbage. Lastly, interesting thing with this WikiLeaks situation, they more documents from the Iraq War and other stuff leaked this past weekend. And it's a lot of bugged out stuff there in regards to like people getting tortured, the statistics being messed up in regards to how many people actually got killed, etc., etc. And now the founder of WikiLeaks is supposed to essentially be on the run. Julian Assange, I think is the right pronunciation for his name. And I mean, they talk about homeboy had to like use and flip and swap encrypted phones, had to go through wearing different types of stuff to get around, etc., etc. because besides America, you got a lot of other countries who are scared about how he's getting these documents and putting them out there. Now, people have tried to throw different stuff about his personal life or whatever that so far has been refuted. But I think this goes to show, when you really push hard against the system, they're going to push hard right back against you. And, personally to me, so far, I'm not mad at him. Because I think he's battling for truth. And to get stuff done and out there. Now, the article in the New York Times that talks about how he runs around and different types of stuff. It's interesting. He talks about the more that people put stuff out, the less people he can trust within his own organization. Like people who are former loyalists are like falling by the wayside and stuff like that. And this is just off of the series of documents with the Afghanistan war scenario and the Iraq war scenario. 39-year-old dude who's supposed to be damn near a genius into computer stuff and computer hacking and stuff like that. And the thing that some people are mad at him for is not just the fact of the whistleblowing, but being able to gather all that information in bulk and just do a big mass dissemination of it in the technological age. Which is why when people look at situations like net neutrality and a whole bunch of other stuff, it gets kind of deeper in regards to, if somebody was trying to block off equal access to the net, all of a sudden you might not get that joint. Or how some people are, you be trying to download something like, damn, it's taking all day, whatever. And things going from there. So I mean, personally, at least on the level of what he's doing as an individual to put stuff out against crazy systems, I salute him. I hope he's not a nut in his personal life or whatever, but on some levels as of now, I don't think that matters.
Yeah, God bless him. You gotta love a white boy like this, you know what I'm saying? And I hope he puts out more information. I hope he starts to pray, and I hope he accomplishes what he needs to accomplish and what he wants to accomplish.
No doubt. I mean, my thing is, I want to start putting in requests for WikiLeaks. I'm like, can you find some CoinTraPro documents? Can you find some whatever else is good that's jumping off? I'm saying, if you got these Word documents, just like start having people put something on Twitter or something. I'm saying, let's go hard body with it. Find somebody to find out why these Martin Luther King and Malcolm X papers haven't fully gone out from the CIA and the FBI. I don't know, maybe just because of the mentality I have, it's like if you're already going hard body and people are going crazy, you might as well just go buck freaking wild and call it a day. So yeah, it's interesting scenario with how everything's going down with that. Oh, finally, on one quick bit of news, New York Schomburg Center is going to get a bunch of Maya Angelou's original writings and stuff like that for their archives. So shouts out to them. I think that's definitely an interesting grab people made on that cultural level. You know, she definitely has made an impact from her earlier books. I'm personally more of a fan of the books than some of the poetry later on, because those early books from back in the day were some powerful books to her poetry and stuff now. So, you know, shouts out to them for still doing their thing and collecting different parts of Black American culture for people to check out later on and to have access to later on and all that good stuff. But yeah, man, got a lot going on in this week's show. We about to get into it. Of course, our mix of old and new school, independent and mainstream, diverse music, tunes and sounds and stuff like that. Will Calhoun of In Living Colors interview, and yep, just other goodies. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is the FuseBox Radio Broadcast with DJ Fusion and John Judah. Alright, peace.
Yes, my children, FuseBox will be looking you. DJ Fusion, J Judah out.
Yes, international, channel live, illegal broadcasters, bring it to your set, what, the last dragon, I get the fist first, you wanna contest the Biddy Boom, your where's best to be a nurse, so she can sew up the stitches, while I get these riches, and run around town, chasing these Puerto Rican, get me mad, I react like Lil Dicks, politics, I revenge your brass knuckles and war sticks, a street vet, ready to rumble anytime, no chop is a disrespect that I retaliate with my rhyme. Who the skill, it's ill and who the bill, nothing but that black magic, so my voodoo will travel down your spine, loosen up your muscle, wanna tussle, wrestle, whip that ass like the hustle with a summer. Everybody pause like the comma. Rappers study this style like shallow or slumber. With Buddha in my fist, so watch by me. I'm not Dutch, you can't master my Tashi. I mean the whole I see and brain freaking out, sneaking, leave your heart beating like a gun, reaching off and cell overseeing while I'm high speed and we smoke breathing. I'm coming hard like situations black bleeding. Never weekend, strong like Sam Sands, seven locks it down like security goes, got us branded. Two horn pale face, got me in the blind chase, rat race with no space. So if you wanna add on, let's get high. Shine like the top of the pyramids. DJ Cam, channel live, never die. Illegal broadcasting live, realize, recognize. Wanna add on, let's get high. Shine like the top of the pyramids. DJ Cam, channel live, never die. Illegal broadcasting live, realize, recognize. I bust, causing more damage than a gun with hand skills that make master sure run, attack you. Like Vietnamese with my black belt and street fighting at 360 degrees. You don't wanna with this arrogant, ignorant, nigga get bitten, balled up like pocket lid. For them that jump me at Ann's crib, y'all don't know me when I see you touching the oceans like Tony. I keep the wise, I rise, cause the wisdom blood screen like my eye, I'm high, off the ism. Milk like Carvel, rappers be coming like Marvel. Or caught up in the fashion, figures more than Gartrell. The style goes around like a trend, but always in. Metaphors, synonyms, get more pussy than Cleo's Sims. Hey, what the fuck you say? Just chillin' with DJ Cam, puffin' it out of the way. Hell never derail, in fact, I'm murderous on tracks like Colin Ferguson. Yeah, blacking out black, niggas, it could happen, trapping pressure. But Chuck, I opened up the government's letter and said they were suckers trying to I simply wrote Duchess. The builders and destructors bring their ruckus till they die. Sunrise high like bricks and now why? That's why I keep my head to the sky. If you wanna add on, let's get high. Shine like the top of the pyramids. DJ Cam, channel live, never die. Illegal broadcasting live, realize, recognize. Wanna add on, let's get high. Shine like the top of the pyramids. DJ Cam, channel live, never die. Illegal broadcasting live, realize, recognize. Realize, recognize. Realize, recognize. Realize, recognize. DJ Cam, everything will be fine. No other channel live. Illegal broadcasters, Billy Boom, C5 Colossus.
girl fly like kite. They hold hands until next day. Boy, then let's go hit his way. Boy rolls blunt racks to his boys. Erection brings bad boy joys. Boy thinks of that big fat fat. Big black fat, love big black fat. Girl calls boy to stand him up on Saturday. Saturday, Saturday, it's a Saturday, it's a Saturday, it's a Saturday. Saturday, it's a Saturday. Saturday, it's a Saturday.
Back once more with a wallop in the score. Sponsored by the riff, shoulda make you rock your hip. Revival of the roller boogie in a ricochet to make you think about the time we spoke fun instead of fight. But diving from a piece of metal shoulda take your life. Slip your butt to the fix of this mix. Toss that briefcase, it's time to let loose. Cause you work like heck to get the weekend check. So unfasten that sleeper on your neck. Connected like a vibe from the wheel to the foot. Come on everybody, did the funky output.
5 days you work, 1 whole day to play. Come on everybody, wear your roller skates today. It's Saturday, 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 it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday,
Now as you pump your fists, I reminisce to a bounce rock skate roll fest to impress. Hey pretty diamond, do you like the way I'm dressed? Cool, keep the faith and be my mate, cause all we need is feet. But promote the hustle cause it keeps me thin. No need to talk, look who just walked in. Is there a dread on skate? Yes, man. So kick the wham on this jam. Oh, Mr. Sprinkler, wet me for one, Mr. Sprinkler. I'm heating high five and a day's no split. With a yawn, I trip to the dawn. Out comes the bodies following the one idea. It's clear, rattle to the roll. Hold back up the track, grab your roller skates, y'all, and let's zip on by. Zippity dude, I let's zip on by. Feed on the weed and we're feeling high. Sun is on thick and the cheese is rolling thick. Come on, it's no time to hide. Season is twist, spinning and winning. No hack and sack, let me in. Spill on the bottom away, but it's okay. It's a Saturday. Now let's all get baked like Anita.
Watch Mr. Lawn, don't look at the beat.
Feel on the farm, I'll feel on the.
Hey, watch that.
It's a Saturday.
Now is the time to act the fool tonight. Forget about your worries and you will be alright. It's Saturday, 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 it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday.
Milk D. Right now you're listening to the FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion. I gets money.
Every day and every night, boy, all I wanna do is keep you satisfied. But if you're away, I hung my pillow tight. I imagine that it's you laying by my side. I think that you should know that you make me lose control and I never knew a love like this. You are the sunshine, yeah, my life. You are the sunshine, I see the rainbow, I see the rainbow in your eyes. Your sexy way, you got me hypnotized, and you deserve respect for staying by my side, baby. Every day and every night, I thank God for blessing me with you in my life. I think that you should know, you make me lose control and I never knew a love like this. You are the sunshine, yeah, my life. I see the rainbow, I see the rainbow in your eyes. And I wanna tell you, baby, a special love like yours don't come around every day. Come around, it don't come around every day. And I pray to God it never goes away. Where you go, you are the sunshine, yeah, in my life. I see the rainbow, I see the rainbow in your eyes. You are the sunshine, yeah, in my life. You are the sunshine, I see the rainbow, I see the rainbow in your eyes.
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
In the words of I.F. Stone, one of the 20th century's great investigative journalists, governments lie. All governments lie. Stone's words are as true now as they were when he uttered them more than half a century ago. When the White House invited black bloggers in for a Columbus Day meeting, they were told that they could print anything they heard in the first half of the meeting, but that they could attribute none of it to any White House spokesperson by name, while the second half of their meeting would be completely off the record. Fortunately, or perhaps by design, none of the invited bloggers were actually journalists. They hailed mostly from celebrity gossip sites like Concrete Loop and Young Black and Fabulous, from BET and Essence Magazine, from BlackSingles.com. Real journalists would have laughed those anonymous spokesperson and off-the-record requirements right out of the room. Ethical journalists only grant anonymity to sources like whistleblowers with well-founded fears of retaliation, not to police, not to mayors, not to prosecutors, not to military or civilian government officials. The only reason for these representatives of powerful institutions to speak to reporters or bloggers off the record is to lie to them with the expectation that they will pass untraceable falsehoods on to the public as news, or in the case of Young Black and Fabulous, as celebrity gossip. Sure enough, cell phone video of the president dropping in to briefly address the bloggers hit the internet the very next day, prompting the Atlantic's token black commentator, Ta-Nehisi Coates, to grouse about colored folks who didn't understand what off the record meant, as if being the covert mouthpieces of the powerful was something they really should strive to be. One of the invitees was a friend and colleague of ours, Ms. Letitia Stills, now at jackandjillpolitics.com. Observing that the White House hadn't called black bloggers in since the 2008 presidential campaign, Stills opined that the bloggers were being, as she put it, pimped. We think Ms. Stills was correct, but for the wrong reasons. To be pimped is to be manipulated for some underhanded and shameful purpose. Whether bloggers or journalists are shamefully used once every couple years or 3 times a week is a difference only in the frequency of the act, not in the roles of the players or of the played. Thus, when Kelly Goff, a Huffington Post and Luke21.com blogger, called the White House briefing a good first date, quote unquote, she was publicly signaling her willingness to be used in any way at any time by the powerful. There's a word for people who play that role, and that word is not journalist. In his long career, the great investigative reporter I.F. Stone broke scores of original stories about war, peace, and corruption. He never asked for, and he never got the privileged and off-the-record access to the powerful, which Ta-Nehisi Coates imagines black reporters should aspire to. The private interviews with mayors, admirals, and presidents, who would have been much too afraid of his direct and probing questions anyway. Stone got his stories the old-fashioned way, with diligent research. Black Agenda Report was of course not invited to the White House meeting, and that's perfectly okay with us. We understand that reporters and bloggers too, who subsist on privileged access to the powerful in return for passing their anonymous tidbits to the public as news, that such people are being pimped, which makes them, well, you know. For Black Agenda Radio, I'm Bruce Dixon. Find us on the web every Wednesday at www.blackagendareport.com.
1, 2, 3, 5.
You are now tuned in to the FuseBox Radio Broadcast with DJ Fusion and John Judah.
You're as good as they say you are.
Syndicated worldwide to bring real black radio back to the masses.
So Corey, man. Yeah, man, what's up? I saw Elvis the other day. Get out of here, man. Tabloids scream, Elvis seen at a shopping mall. That's the kind of talk that makes my stomach crawl. Picture a zombie Elvis in a tacky white jumpsuit. Just imagine a rocking Elvis shopping for fresh fruit. You can't, 'cause Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. I give it to me. Elvis is dead. 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 When the king died, he was all alone. I heard that when he died, he was sitting on his throne. Alas, poor Elvis, they made us know you well. Now you dwell forever in that heartbreak hotel. 'Cause Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Give it to me. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Band.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis wasn't here alone, but that's beside the point. A black man taught him how to sing, and then he was crowned king. The pelvis of Elvis, too dangerous for the masses. They cleaned him up and sent him to Vegas. And now the nests are his slave, yes, slave, even from the grave. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead.
has left the building.
Hit me, give it to me, give it to me. Listen up, I got a reason to believe we all won't be received at Graceland. Well, I got a reason to believe we all won't be received at Graceland. I got a reason to believe we all won't be received at Graceland. Well, I got a reason to believe we all won't be received at Graceland. No, not you, my brother, 'cause Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Give it to me. Elvis is dead. Give it to me. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead. Elvis is dead.
You're now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion.
All right, everybody, 1 2 1 2. What's going on? You're now in tune to another session of the syndicated FuseBox Radio Broadcast with DJ Fusion and John Judah. Y'all know our official blog site, blackradioisback.com. And you know how we do whenever we do interviews. We bring in some of the best that are doing it, period, in the music field and beyond. And this week we got blessed with a very special guest we got on the phone lines right now. We got Mr. Will Calhoun. A lot of people know him as the drummer for the seminal rock group Living Color, as well as a lot of other great projects going on and productions and other good things. How are you this evening, Mr. Calhoun?
Doing fantastic. Thank you.
All right, and definitely thank you for being a part of this week's show. And one of the I guess first and foremost, for all of those who may not be as familiar with your background and personal history around, what area are you from?
I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx, New York. Home of hip-hop, grew up here, and being in New York City, being in the Bronx especially, was a brilliant experience for me to grow up and be able to go out in the world and do music based on the clubs that used to exist in our neighborhood. A lot of Latin clubs and a lot of clubs where proper R&B was played. We played out in the parks often as well. And it was the beginning of the hip-hop era. Basically, in my opinion, started by a guy in his neighborhood named Pumpkin, Errol Bedwood Pumpkin. Name was Pumpkin. And he was a gentleman who was selling beats to record labels even as early as 1974. So Pumpkin was also a great classical pianist and a wicked jazz and funk and rock drummer. So it was good to be around, that kind of energy, as well as being able to go into the Village Gate in New York or the Vanguard, the Madison Square Garden, and see Parliament Funkadelic. So it was a really fantastic arena for me to grow up as an artist in the city.
No, I can definitely understand that, and all those influences showed throughout, the decades of your work and things right now. You also, if I remember correctly, got formal schooling at Berklee College of Music. Is that right?
That is correct. I was a recording and engineering major at the Berklee College of Music. I decided to take something a little bit different than actual just studying music because I was so sort of hell-bent on not leaving New York City to study music. I felt like New York City was the best classroom for me in America anyway. And leaving was a bit difficult to do at the time, but I'm the youngest of three, and my mom is a 3-degree holder, so not attending college was not a possibility in my home. I figured I'd go somewhere where I could study and still hang and still be able to get to New York. Boston was a great information city, is a great information city, and I was able to attend Berklee and then, take a few little side courses at Harvard, as well as visit amazing bookshops and CPUs, record stores in the New England area, and I was able to get a lot of great information, a lot of jazz records and rock records and rare books, being in that city. So I did attend Berklee. I did graduate, which most musicians don't do from Berklee. But I did stay for the 4 years, and the engineering helped me quite a bit at that time. The music production kind of educational process was just starting to happen, I would say, to the mid to early 80s. And producers and writers, the industry was changing. CDs were coming into play at that time. It was an interesting time to study engineering and sound, and also the business of music, of producers and fees and recording studio contracts, record contracts, percentages, royalties, publishing. All of those things were involved in our curriculum as well, and it was very, very helpful to study both the sound and academics of the music business. With me leaving Boston and immediately coming back to New York City and getting myself, my feet and just my whole concept wet with music, basically, just to dive into the pool and start to survive and be creative.
No, definitely, and that's something that's always been needed, but it's definitely more direly needed now, especially in I would say, the current mainstream music landscape. There's always been great music being made. There's still great music being made now, so I never want to put stuff into that particular box. To quickly backtrack, you said proper R&B earlier. Is there R&B that you're not necessarily feeling that's out right now? Or?
Well, I'm not necessarily. I'm not feeling it, but I mean, labels are kind of interesting. I actually don't really believe in styles of music, and I learned that experience traveling to Africa very often and studying music, studying indigenous music. That the titles are kind of become maps and passports and borders with music in the industry, and how money's made, and how artists are divided, and how the money's divided. But I said proper only in that I think I know for a fact the R&B of that generation was just different. I think the musicians were more musical. The singers and musicians were almost on the same level in terms of being able to write, produce, direct, and whatever else they were doing. Their structure was different, although still I think the best R&B musicians are coming out of church. A lot of them were then as well, but the music was just deeply rooted, and I felt like the industry of it, not necessarily the record industry, but the industry meaning us folk that were doing the music, there was a lot more going on, a lot more opportunities, a wider variety. We had different types of music being influenced by R&B, and we were coming from the Earth, Wind, and Ohio Plays, and Chaka Khan schools, and War, and these kind of bands that had horn sections and keyboards and percussion and background singers and so on, or folks playing 4 or 5 different instruments in the band. I think it was a sort of a different scene and a different sound. I'm not knocking necessarily R&B now, but it almost became, in my opinion, one-dimensional.
Okay.
From where it used to be sonically. So when I say proper, I don't mean that the music now is not proper. I just proper in definition of what rhythm and blues really means to me, which is what R&B stands for. Really, it's just rhythm and blues, and it's taken from the New Orleans concept. And the Philadelphia, the sound of Philadelphia and Motown, and all of those things sort of thrown into one pot. And it's a shame that with all of the history that we have in this music, that it's become this kind of almost homogenized ear candy for a lot of folks. And I'm not knocking any artists out here doing what they're doing, but I have to say, as a historian and someone that really researches music and invests in music and loves the music, if I look at what's happening to now, that's the only thing that I could. That's the only way that I could sort of phrase it. And it's not a negative thing in terms of talent, but it's a how can I put it? It's kind of like it's one-dimensional. I'll leave it there. It's one-dimensional to me. And it'd be great in listening even to some R&B artists that are tremendous today, get into some more areas of what people like to call black music. You know, what that really means. What does that really mean? I like to hear. I remember when I was on tour, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
When Paul Simon came out with his record, he had the South African artist in his group.
The Ladysmith like Mabazo.
And I ran into Paul, and we actually were talking about that. And he talked about going on a black college tour to speak to students because he felt like he was getting slammed as kind of like a white man pimping African music or pimping black music. And he asked me my opinion of that. And I said, well, I didn't hear that when I heard his record, nor did I feel that when I saw him. But in going to Africa often, I can't help but think to myself, why aren't there more African American musicians going to Africa? Number one, just to go. Number two, to write music and work with brilliant artists and brilliant musicians over there. It's still something that I grapple with. When I go to Brazil, or when I go to other parts of Africa, I meet so many tremendous musicians. I mean, it's ridiculous. You go to a place like Sao Paulo, Brazil, and just like everyone's a great guitar player. The bus driver, the mailman, the fire, just everyone plays music. Almost like we're just kind of communicating and being social. It's part of their cultural structure, and it's on a pretty high level too. It's not just Kumbaya and some Beatles songs, So that in light of what's happening now with a lot of very popular and famous R&B musicians who also are doing financially well, I wonder why there isn't that kind of a connection between, the motherland, or at least South America and the Caribbean, and what's happening today musically. I think it would just have a bigger impact on the music business. I think it would be more information for our youth, more educational for our youth. Maybe we're connected to that. I'm not saying we have to cancel what's going on right now. I just think that it's been homogenized, and it's just one kind of a sample of what's possible out there.
I can definitely understand that. I do feel that lately there's been more of a lack of diversity of what gets put out there. And while there's always been good musicians, there always will be good musicians, it's kind of a shame that it seems like only maybe one or two styles are thrown out there and that's it. And sometimes people who want to try to push the boundaries don't necessarily get the prop they deserve just because maybe that's just not the trend at that time.
Well, that's always been the case. It's always been the case. I mean, there have been a few that have gotten through the cracks because they were just overwhelmingly amazing, like Charlie Parker, Jimi Hendrix, Ray Charles. I mean, you can go down the list. Even some being more alternative, like a Grace Jones. There's always been that angle of people that we know, the Michael Jordans that just stayed in neighborhood parks because of whatever reason. They didn't go to the right college or the right school, didn't pick them up, or they didn't get the whatever. We all have those neighborhood stories. The difference now is the industry is in a position where those obscure or not as promoted artists have a better opportunity at getting the music out to people and available to folks via the internet. The internet has just changed the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily going to make you a million record seller or make you a millionaire, but yes, you can build your fan base by
Indeed.
still being totally off the radar. And I think that helps versus the days of you could only be signed, and when you were signed, you had to have people really care about your project, promote it, because there were tons of artists that were signed that were amazing, that were shelved because they were either a tax write-off or they didn't feel like someone at the label didn't feel like they didn't fit into the whatever tour, whatever radio play, and so on. And Live in Color suffered from that sometimes, and we benefited from it. I think we were right down the middle on many occasions when it got down to rock stations that interviewed us and supported even the concerts or the festivals, but wouldn't dare play one of the records on their radio station, which is ironic sometimes with us. That happened even on the Rolling Stones tour. We went to a radio station in Los Angeles, and everybody was jumping up and down and they wanted autographs. My question simply was, what song have you guys added? It's quiet. There's silence in the room. So,
That's crazy.
We are listening to Guns N' Roses and the Stones and all these other bands, and then we're up there doing an interview. Folks are going crazy. We're getting ready to go back to play in front of 80,000 people at Los Angeles Coliseum. This big, huge radio station was not playing and had no intention on playing any of our songs.
Wow.
So that kind of thing is my point. However, now I just really feel strongly between downloads and bands and artists that really like to go out there and be physical with their audience. You have a better chance of moving your product and being in touch with people and building an audience which might be small and powerful, which could lead to something bigger later on down the line, versus 20 years ago when, you had to kind of take a number, stand in line, or just miss the boat.
Definitely. And speaking of labels, even in this day, there are people who I know who either like the term or take offense to the term of black rock. Like, black people aren't supposed to do rock music. How do you feel about it?
I don't think it's I mean, I know there's a Black Rock Coalition, and I know why Vernon Reed started the coalition, and Greg Tate and the condemnation. I think they had great intentions, and I understand the reasons behind the frustration of being into rock and being into that style of music and not being able to get play, and that's the music of your ancestors. It's almost like no white people can play classical music. That would be insanity to some folks to even say it or to hear it. But that's how we felt about how the industry was dealing with us with rock and roll. We know what America did with rock and roll, how it was flipped. It was only flipped because that was the flavor of America at that time. The 50s was a time when certain things in America were going on and certain people weren't allowed to do certain things. So the industry was sort of an example or mirror image of what was happening in the actual country, which usually happens that way with art and culture and politics. There's usually a nice equation there. You can find out who the president was and what was going on culturally, racially, what have you, versus what music is out there and available during that time. Good, bad, or indifferent. So, I don't like the term. I think it's a redundant term, and I think if you're not going to call Van Halen or the Rolling Stones or these other bands white rock musicians, then you shouldn't call the black musicians, the African American musicians, black rock musicians. I think it creates a divide and it makes a separate genre of music once again. Like gospel and soul gospel. I guess that gives some other people a chance to get the award, other than the folks that invented the music. When I see these kind of titles in shows and award shows, it's quite shocking. But yeah, the term to me is redundant to say black rock. African Americans invented this style of music. 100%. There's no denying it. You can check it up in any surface, any website, any library, and you can even walk around and interview some people who are still around that can tell you that, white and black. It's just a hardcore fact. But I think it became a kind of a niche term with Live in Color and the coalition and the success of Live in Color, and it was a strange thing for us. I never was for using that term to describe what we were doing. But the coalition and the band fell one in one because Vernon, put Live in Color together, and Vernon also started the Black Rock Coalition, so it was hard to divorce ourselves from that. But what do you say about a band like King's X? They about Rage Against the Machine, Bad Brains, go down the list, Fishbone. How do those terms work with those types of bands? They don't, in my opinion. So I'm against the term. I do understand it and why it was created and the concept was, but I think there's a huge misnomer about that term because you don't say black rap.
True, very true.
Black classical music, black bluegrass, black funk, black reggae. Those things may sound weird to your audience, but that sounds as weird to me as black rock. To me, it's on the same level.
Alright, well, definitely got that answer on that one. I know that's one of the things I had to throw at you. Because when I get into those conversations with people, it can get very, very heated. So
yeah, well, it's heated for a lot of reasons. I don't want to get too political in the conversation, but we have a very unique, African Americans have a very unique experience in this country.
Indeed.
And I think out of our experience comes a lot of phobias and insecurities and conformities and assimilations. And I think a lot of it was due to survival. I heard someone describing Stephen Fetchit as a brilliant man the other day because it's a brilliant man, but as a brilliant, like that story is a brilliant subject is what the cat was saying. Because he was clever enough to make his masters think that he was not smart enough to be out there working and getting cracked by the whip. But also kind of, but he knew if he put himself in that position, he would hang around because they needed the slave masters folks needed to have that cat around to realize, to make them feel like they were better than them. You know what I mean? It was like a model, a double model where we need him because he reminds us that we're smarter, or he reminds us that the things that we're perpetuating are true. So then it makes my lie more believable, or makes my hatred more believable, and so on. At the same time, he's not going to play that role because if he really steps up to the plate, he's going to be killed or murdered or put to certain kinds of sent out to war, what have you. And the cat used that model as a interesting technique on survival, and I think those experiences created interesting communities in our community. Yeah, some African Americans are afraid of rock and roll. They're like, oh no.
Yes.
They're afraid of Buddhism. They're afraid of Islam. They're afraid of punk music. Because maybe somewhere along the way their survival was being conservative. Or they're educated. They're not like those other kind of folks. So now I'm educated enough where that's not what I need to do, or I need to comply with. I'm doing another kind of thing now. I'm not judging anyone, but I just noticed in being a member of Living Color and touring around the world and doing interviews for South Americans, for Europeans, for Americans, for Canadians, the different dynamic of people's definitions on African Americans' existence in the world and what it really means. And some people don't have a clue, and some are completely nailed the situation. So it's always interesting. But I know, let's just talk dealing with our own community. We have our own issues, and we deal with them in certain kinds of ways. And some folk, I attended my friend's dad's funeral 2 months ago, and he's been a Buddhist for like 30-something years, and his family they're from Jamaica, and they moved to London. Hardcore. One family part of it is hardcore Christians, and even at the funeral, and he had a Buddhist situation going on there. Christians just couldn't handle it.
After 30-something years, that's crazy.
It was interesting to see this family struggle even with just the fact that, okay, he's a Buddhist, so what? His father was like one of the first jazz guitarists in Jamaica. He was a pioneer in his family, from there to London to the States. And they had video of him and stuff. It's a beautiful ceremony, but I was just, once the funeral started, you just felt like we can cut with a knife the room. I mean, it was divided. And we have those issues we have to deal with. So along with those issues come the structure of what we're supposed to be and what we're not supposed to be, and how we're supposed to look. I mean, music we should be playing. Even the misnomers of y'all are playing white music, or y'all are trying to be white, or y'all. That is just the same phrase of you. Maybe you have a daughter or son that comes home and tells you, Ma, If kids said I'm speaking white because you're speaking properly, that's not a racial comment to make, intelligent one to make. It's the same kind of dynamic. And I grew up, in the Bronx. My friends, I Puerto Rican, Dominican, African American, Irish, Italian. My house was open to everyone. And I had a lot of my African American friends saying, "Man, what are you doing with Yes in your record collection? What's the Eagles doing in there? What's Led Zeppelin doing in there?" And some of them barely can handle Miles and Train and Ornette Coleman and the other stuff. But they felt like the music of our people is Earth, Wayne and Chaka and Patti LaBelle, and I love all that, the Jackson 5, and I love that stuff. I love that stuff. It's really, 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 really amazing. However, I can't, I have a hard time. If you don't understand it and you're not feeling it, you don't like it, that's fair enough. But dealing with folks coming at that angle and not really being open and receptive. And I think going to Africa will help solve that problem. In my opinion. I just think a couple of trips, a little research, a little hang, a lot of phobias and issues that we have in our community, if not be solved, they can be cleverly addressed, intelligently addressed. I think all the answers are not here.
I can definitely believe that here in the States. That's just not happening. So,
yeah.
Okay. With your conversation, you're hitting up so many topics about stuff I was going to ask. That's totally cool. We can just keep rolling along on that level. One thing I'm curious about, from your opinion, especially with the history of Living Color and from the area that you were raised in the Bronx, I mean, hip-hop and everything else is going to naturally intersect in New York City, especially around that time frame. In your viewpoint, do you think there's any particular reason why in this generation there aren't more, let's say, like hip-hop MCs or crews working with rock groups? I mean, you see a little bit more of the electronica people and stuff like that, but not anything like, let's say, Funny Vibe from a while back when y'all did it with Stetsasonic.
Right, and NPE, right. And Chuck and Flavor on it as well.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know why, because I think that the Run DMC Aerosmith thing was completely brilliant. To me, that was a brilliant video, it was a brilliant track, it was a classic track, it was two totally different types of artists coming together, and if that wasn't, to me, at least an example of more folks getting involved, I don't know what is, but I felt like the Walk This Way thing was just, and we know growing up in the hood, everyone scratched Aerosmith. All the DJs scratched Walk This Way. That was one of the things they scratched in the park. So for us, it wasn't a big deal. We're like, oh well, they just did it with the band. But we heard that riff playing ball in the park. We heard that riff on boom boxes. We heard that riff in the lunchrooms in school. So it wasn't a new thing for us. But I don't know why there isn't more of it. But Public Enemy is kind of like our cousin group. We came up around the same time. And I know Vernon's playing on the first record, but we also toured together. And I don't know why there isn't more of that influence. I think the artists that I work with, between Stets, the Run DMC and Mos Def, those are the ones that were the most closest to even knowing a lot about the idioms of rock and alternative and even some jazz music. So I don't understand. I can't answer that. What I do like about the DJ side of hip hop is, especially really good ones, are how intelligent the cats are and how much research they do. They head out to these record conventions. And they buy and research these amazing rare records to put in. So a lot of those guys surprised me on the knowledge they had about music. I mean, a guy like Hank Shockley's do when it comes to music and discographies and what records came out and what labels. And most of the guys are. So to answer your question, I don't know why, because many of the DJs that I spoke with just are so clever and they know so much about so many styles of music. I'm shocked that more rappers and I'll just say MCs in general or groups did not get more involved with the rock sound or rock bands. It is a shock. It's a great question that you're asking, but I have no idea. I just feel after Walk This Way that it would just, the gate would open, and it didn't.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that even now I just find kind of weird. Like, you'll hear samples every once in a while, but not like that organic. Hey, let's just get with a band that's dope and let's roll like that. And you see people who some people, when they get to a certain point, they want to perform with a band, but you don't see that rock influence. So I just thought that was a weird thing.
There's a few reasons for that. I mean, you can go back to a few things. You can go back to the 80s. You can go back to the Reagan years when this music was pulled out of the schools, when my older brother and sister used to go to school, and everyone played an instrument. You were given a locker, you could play in band in school. There was a budget for it. The city had a budget for it. And you saw young people walking around waiting for buses with violin cases and guitars and cellos and violas that weren't attending music and art or necessarily music schools, just folks that were also just attending regular schools. And I think the culture of and the brilliance of hip-hop came out of creating music another way with machines, because that's what some of the most for the young folks who didn't have an older brother or sister that played music, the pops or moms didn't take you to see something hip and cool, you had to figure it out. So it's a brilliant concept. However, it divorced itself from the band. Now, when I first started going to South America and rock and Africa and stuff, I see young folks over there with hats turned backwards and baggy pants and Jordan jerseys on and PE t-shirts. The difference between those young children and ours are, when you hand them a guitar or a drum, they play the hell out of it. They still rap, they still play basketball and soccer and all of that kind of stuff, and they still scratch, but culturally, because they're coming from a northern, like Pernambuco in Brazil or Sao Paulo or one of the favelas, one of the so-called bad area ghettos, whatever you want to call it. They also have traditional music that's played in the home that they learn. In Africa, the children build the instruments. In West Africa, you want to play Ngoni, build it. His dad built it, his dad built it, his dad built it. So by the time you're 9, it's a wrap. You know how to build the instrument, you know most of the folk language, you know what your ancestors played, you know the folk songs. Then if you want to play Prince and whatever else, then knock yourself out. They start out so far into the game. They can get into rap and hip-hop and dress in a certain way and do it certain, but they still have those traditional skills, and that's the difference. And I think in this country, it was just removed, and it was for those that were connected to it, they're still able to do it, or to do both. For those that were not, started on the machines and built their careers. So a lot of those cats don't know how to relate to that music, really. You can't say they don't want to do it or they're not interested. There's not a relationship there. There hasn't been a proper introduction into them sitting down and saying, oh, okay, with a guitar. But I don't have to drop any names, but I've recorded with certain producers my live drums, and people, I bought my kick drum, and they didn't even know how the drum set works. So, oh, that's the kick drum, well, that's the pedal.
Okay.
Never saw it, but they were like, oh, they push buttons, and they do great jobs at pushing buttons. It wasn't that introduction. My generation, I just felt like that wasn't the majority. That wasn't the rule. When I was a youth, you would, every Saturday went to the music stores downtown and just stared at the instruments in the window. That was fun. Going in there and playing something, different relationship versus being able to just go in and buy a sample or start making beats or download music online. And, I think the youth are moving really fast. They're doing some really incredible things. If you're not introduced to, it's like anything else, food or people or religion, if you're not introduced to things in a way where you can grow or learn and be educated by them, you're probably not going to have a relationship with it.
I can understand that. From my own way I was raised, I can understand that. That's why I have instruments and turntables now. So, way in the world.
And we all have roles. I tell my friends, and I do it too. We can't vibe and say they're not talented. We have to, let's start having a conversation. Go into the schools, go into the youth communities, and bring your instruments. I invite, go sit in at a music school, go to Harlem School of the Arts. Take your stuff there and show, because most of the time when I've done that type of activity, I've received amazing results from young children who don't know much about the drum set or percussion, and in about 20 minutes they're combing through what most students that are studying have paid 3 or 5, 6 lessons to do. So the hunger's there. It's just being able to have an exposure. It works both ways. I think both sides can come together to make a really interesting musical culture, artistic culture between the folks that are, the Puffies and the Dre's and all of that stuff versus, the Wayne Shorters and the Herbie Hancocks and that even that generation all the way down to the younger musicians now that are playing great jazz and great funk and great rock and so on. I think there should be a serious marriage between the two. At least a marriage of information, a marriage of communication would be great. Then whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Indeed. And, we see that a bit here and there, and hopefully that'll be something that continues. And music education, I think without a doubt in the United States, people know that and arts education in general needs to come back. Like a lot of the places it was taken away from the 70s to the present, even the time frame I was in high school. And it's, I don't know, to me it's making kind of, but I would say lesser consequences in terms of the quality of some stuff that's being put out there right now, just because people, as you said, aren't necessarily exposed to different things in the first place, which is unfortunate, especially if you don't have it within, I guess, your household.
Right.
All right. Now, with all the people who are, well, we know in the DC area this Saturday, you're going to be doing a show with, the good folks over at National Geographic. Now, in general, like for people who are like, I'm going to see Will Calhoun do a show, what type of vibe, sounds, and stuff like that should people expect?
Well, it's going to be based off of, I look at all music as well music, and I have my latest CD and DVD is called Native Lands. And Living Color broke up for a little period of time, for about 6 years or so, around 1995.
Mm-hmm. And
during that period, I decided to spend most of my time out of the country. Did a lot of research and studying with Aboriginal cultures, and Mali. I was in Mali mending music and recording with Umu Sangari, working with Salif Keita up north, but in Morocco, playing with the Ganawa musicians, master Ganawa musicians, Mahmoud Guinea and Mustafa Bagbu and these kind of cats, and just trying to get myself really involved with the history of my instrument and groove and music. And it led me to playing different types of instruments, picking up flutes from southern China and log drums and tonga drums from West Africa and so on and so on. So I'm Native Lands is like this kind of CD and DVD. There's a DVD. I'm going to be selling them at the show.
Okay.
And the record has some great folks on it. Faris Hermes is on it, and Wallace Roney, and Stanley Jordan, Marcus Miller, and Mos Def, Oscar Salos. There's some great people on the record. The DVD has an interview with me, as well as my own little music videos and some of my kind of a little bit more research, actual footage of me studying the music and linking up with people, and my love for photography and media. So I was able to make like a media, photography, digital, video, interesting interview DVD on one disc, and the other disc is just the music. So you're going to kind of hear that experience, that 10-year experience. You're going and earlier you're going to hear my Bronx influence. You're going to hear, my keyboard player is from DC, Mark Carey. So you're going to hear some slight little hints of go-go. And I remember being exposed to go-go when I first heard about it. I didn't want to buy the records. One of my good friends, my schoolmates, David Dyson, told me, look, one of these spring breaks at Berkeley, instead of going home, why don't you come to DC? And when I went down to DC to see, Junkyard and EU and all of these amazing bands, I understood the music, because DC cats used to tell me that, hip-hop sounds square to them, and I think that I was offended by that until I went to DC to understand what they meant by square. And go-go is completely swung. The music is almost played like jazz.
Yes.
How to swing, how to groove is in that music. So you're going to hear some of that. You're going to hear some African music, and it's going to be a mix. We kind of like a jukebox, and a DJ jukebox, in that we're mixing acoustic jazz with rock and funk, electronic stuff, and world music instruments. I'm going to be playing a few things: little wave drum, little flute, little tonga drum.
Okay.
Maybe some voodoo drums from Nigeria. So you're going to get, it's a trio. I might have a guest or two, but basically it's going to be a trio, and it's going to leave us room to create this nice grooves and palettes and experiences in life. And the music we try to present live is just a reflection of how we used to live, how we're living, and how we want to live.
Awesome. Well, I know I'm going to be front row and center. We got 5 people from the radio show who are also going to be there, who just did a drawing for the tickets, and I had extra people who bugged me about that, but I was like, you got to pay for those tickets. We already did our giveaways. Sorry.
Well, that's great news.
So, I'm definitely looking forward to him seeing that. And also because I have people, right when I said I was going to have this interview, bugging me. I know this probably gets asked all the time. Are there any other future situations, whether it's touring or albums otherwise, that's going to be happening with Living Color?
Absolutely. The next thing we're doing, starting Monday, actually, we're going to be on the Jimi Hendrix tribute tour.
Awesome. Okay.
And it's going to be it's a great tour. Some great musicians on there, and Living Color plays 3 songs, and then the 4 of us are broken up into different parts to play. There's Steve Vai and Ernie Isley, and then Johnny Lang is on it, Kenny May Shepherd, Eric Johnson. There's some great musicians. For me, being a drummer and a fan of the guitar, it's just great for me to be on a tour like this with so many great guitarists. And then, the last living member of any of those Hendrix bands is Billy Cox, and he's on the tour. He's playing bass on the tour too.
Oh wow!
So to hang with Billy and talk to him about those days and about Jimmy and the music, especially the band the Gypsies, who I'm a huge fan of. And how that band was formed and the music and the blues vibe. He's a great man. He's a gentleman, a great musician. Still plays great now. And that experience is going to be great. So they can check my website, willcalhoun.com, and I have all the dates posted. Or if you went to livingcolor.net, you'll be able to see what cities we're going to be playing. And I don't have it in my head offhand, but the schedule is there. So we'll do that till the end of November, and then we're sort of regrouping, and we're coming off of almost a year touring on our last recording, last release that was called The Chair in the Doorway. So we're going to start recording a new record, I think, towards the end of the year, going into next year. But for right now, that's the latest. That's the latest and the greatest. We are going to make another record, and we are at the moment about to step into this Jimi Hendrix tribute tour, which I think is going to be a blast once again to do. It's our 3rd time doing it, and we're looking forward to it.
The lineup definitely sounds crazy. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I didn't know Billy Cox was still alive. So I'm like, damn, I'm touring with him. Yeah, that's awesome right there.
Man, Billy's killing. I mean, last tour we did, Joe Satriani was on it, but this year, Living Color is going to play with Steve Vai. We'll be the rhythm section, and we're going to join forces with him. And it's just, come on, Ernie Isley. Jimmy lived in the Isley home for a period of time. So Ernie talked about how, what it was like to have Jimmy walking around in his house. His brothers brought him in when he was struggling a little bit in the village in New York, and he tells us about how he was living in Teaneck and how his personality was great before and after. She hadn't changed a bit, and how he used to practice without an amp. He would just play in his room with the guitar, and he said it sounded just as good as it did when he was plugged in. So, here's Ernie now playing guitar, who at that time he said had no interest really in playing music, and he was a drummer, as you know, first. So here's Ernie out there killing, and there's that connection of the Isley family and Hendrix, who played in the Isley Brothers for a short period of time. So it's just great, the information, and Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy's youngest sister, being on the tour and getting stories and talking to the attorneys that help organize the stuff for his museum and to get the family and the business up and running, and it's just to be out there. And I guess the best part of the tour for me is every once in a while in Chicago we have these young geniuses that come. Their parents bring them down to sound check, and there's 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds that are playing guitar that are killing.
Okay.
They ask politely, they can sit in, and like so far there's been 3 young under 16 guitar players that played on the encore at the end of the show. That just blew everyone off this. It was unbelievable. That's the feeling, being a musician.
No doubt, seeing the tradition still carry on.
Oh wow, it almost brings a tear to the eye to see these young, guitar players effortlessly playing this music and knowing it and playing it, not just being chop-oriented or being talented. They know the music. Their parents obviously have exposed them to the blues and to Jimmy and to Buddy Guy and so on. And that's the best part of the tour for me, other than being around all my great friends and playing Jimmy's music and celebrating his life. those little moments, it happens maybe 3 or 4 times a tour, but when it happens, it's mind-blowing.
Okay, no doubt. Well, sounds like a lot of good things are going on with you and all the side projects in general. WillCalhoun.com. People can go to the website. There's a lot of information up on there. Just looking at discography alone is going to make your eyes big. Much less, the shows and everything else that's jumping off, as well as livingcolor.net. Do you have any last words, shout outs, words of wisdom for the listeners, or anything else?
I'd like to just thank everybody for supporting your show, supporting the station, and supporting live music, and supporting independent music. I want to thank National Geographic for giving me the opportunity to play my music in their arena where, they have that natural sound exposition up now. Mm-hmm. And I was thrilled to be invited to come down and perform. So, all the DC posse. I know the Bad Brains aren't in DC really anymore, but that's how I was introduced to DC. And music was about being fans of the Bad Brains. So all the Bad Brains fans and family out there, gotta say hello. And I just looking forward to coming back down. I love the city. I have family down there between New Calton and Washington, D.C. Actually, I have some cousins, so I'm gonna have some family in the house during the show. So looking forward to seeing everybody down there. And thank you again. Thank you for the opportunity to do the interview as well.
No problem, and I'm definitely thank you, Mr. Calhoun, for being on board. And PG County and DC, y'all got shouted out. He has family down here. See, okay. The home area got a big shout out. I mean, I was born in DC, raised in PG County, so I'm like, okay then. Here we go. And all the go-go bands you mentioned were all the people I grew up to. I had a brief period of time in New Jersey. Now I'm back down here. So it's like, all right, everything comes a full circle. That's what's cracking.
That's absolutely. Well, that's one of my second homes. I've spent many summers, D.C., Virginia, and North Carolina. That was the run. We made there and back from New York, visiting family. Even a little few in Baltimore, too. The summer runs back in the day on the Greyhound bus. You went to see your aunt, your uncle, and your cousins, and that's where you get to Baltimore, and then New Calton, D.C., and then Norfolk, Virginia, and sometimes we went all the way down to Greenville, North Carolina. So those were the priceless summers, and your family and friends, and learning about music and your roots. And, those things that the city life really don't offer you, learning about food and farming and land and owning land and family values. Not to say that it's not here, but I'm just saying it's a different flavor when you start heading south. It's a different vibe. So I'm always looking forward to head back south.
I can definitely dig that. And this has been an awesome interview. Again, we definitely had to thank you. As a matter of fact, we had to throw on a few tracks in a minute for those people who, our listeners already know. They know how we rock with the 21st century black radio vibe. We play any and everything that's hot from the black diaspora, which is the world diaspora as far as we're concerned. So we got to play some of your solo music and some Living Color music right now. And we're going to continue on in the mix. All of our DC area people, definitely check out the show going on the National Geographic. Check out our website, blackradiosback.com. We have all the information right there. And you're going to be able to check the archives of this interview as well as the radio show at our official podcast page, which you can also access the podcast via iTunes, Zune, Flycat, and other places at FuseBoxRadio.podomatic.com. So we're going to get into it. We just finished wrapping up a fly interview with Mr. Will Calhoun, music legend, been doing his thing for a minute, and we're going to keep it moving here. FuseBox Radio Broadcast, DJ Fusion, John Judas, syndicated worldwide. Peace.
now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion.
Yes, sir, no, sir, have a nice day. It shouldn't have to be this way. Yes, sir, no, sir, have a nice day. It shouldn't have to be this way. Happy shopper, the customer is always right. Happy shopper, the customer is always right.
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
And during the few moments that we have left, we want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy, I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality. Neon lights, Nobel Prize. When a mirror speaks, the reflection lies. You won't have to follow me. Only you can set me free. I saw the things you need to be. I'm the smiling face on your TV. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. I exploit you, still you love me. I tell you 1 and 1 makes 3. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. Like Joseph Stalin and Gandhi. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality. Neon lights, Nobel Prize. When a leader speaks, that leader dies. You won't have to follow me. Only you can set you free.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy right here, Lamar Blackman, and this is Direct Effects. That's right, the Jump Off, your hottest daily 5-minute dose of entertainment and college news, brought to you by the Black University Radio Network. Follow us at twitter.com/Black College. On today's show, we get it in with one of the hottest rappers on the mixtape scene and in the street. Many of you may not know, but these artists are eating off their mixtapes, relentless touring, and with the evolution of the internet. And Mellow Kane is right in the middle of that evolution. He's here, but you can always check him out at 4lb.com or mellowkane.com, or just Google him. And historically black colleges and universities are taking the lead in spreading the word about the Holocaust. Yes, I said it, Holocaust, going on in Sudan. That's right, Darfur, Sudan. That's in North Africa. Right now, over 400,000 have been killed by the Sudanese government. I bet you haven't seen much coverage of that. Well, the Black University Radio Network has got the scoop, so you don't have to worry about that. And Spelman College lands a $10 million grant from Lehman Brothers Holding Incorporated for a Black Women's Enrichment Program. I'll break that all down for you right here. Congratulations, Spelman, on Direct Effects.
This is Mellow Kane, and I'm coming up next on the Black University Radio Network. Yeah.
Being green is about more than just saving trees. It's about economic opportunities, making sure our neighborhoods don't become dumping grounds for pollution and waste, and teaching our children that by living green today, the world they inherit tomorrow will be brighter. That's the message of the Toyota Green Initiative, a program to bring green to our day-to-day lives. By working with educators, HBCUs, and environmental nonprofits, we are spreading the message, and we want you to join us. Find out more at toyotagreen.com. Toyota, moving forward.
We caught up with Cali's own Mellow Kane, representing Los Angeles to the fullest. Now, Mellow is not your typical hardcore rapper. He's from the streets, but his consciousness is incredible. He's hot. His new single, Easy, is hard-hitting, but on a different scale, it's cut from the cloth of a Common, a Twalib, or a Mos Def. Now, here's Mellow explaining his style. What's good, fam?
My angle to this music, you know what I'm saying, is basically I want to say something, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to waste no time when I'm on that mic, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to just make you dance real quick. I got to leave you with something to think about. So I kind of like took the concept, instead of making it, you know, the typical whatever it could have been had any other artist got a hold of the beat, you know what I'm saying, and kind of flip it to something more in line with what I do, you know what I'm saying? And that's talk to the people, you know what I'm saying, and give them that real life whenever I pick up that mic. So Easy came out of me just being, you know what I'm saying, just my surroundings, man, just looking around and just seeing everything moving so fast. Easy came out like, you know, basically, let's slow down, homies, you know what I'm saying?
Easier said, but control your mind. A lot of times our very struggle is our own design. We get swole with pride, neighborhoods collide. What would happen if Pac killed another dude that died? Never mind, I'm just tripping, man, my shoes untied. Either you positive or negative, so choose a side. Even I keep a pistol, cause these fools have tried to put a young focused brother on the news at 5.
That's the super spitter, Mellow Kane, kicking that real good looking, fam. Consciousness is in his music. That boy is super deep, and his music is banging. Check out his mixtapes and get that hot new single Easy at 4lb.com. And don't go nowhere, because Mellow is back with us for one more day. And remember, you can hit him at twitter.com, Mellow Kane, or facebook.com, Mellow Kane, or mellowkane.com, 4lb.com as well. Making the largest donation in its 157-year existence, Lehman Brothers Holdings Incorporated has announced a $10 million gift to Spelman College to provide opportunities for black women interested in pursuing business careers. The grant, announced October 8th on Spelman's campus in Atlanta, will be used to develop the Lehman Brothers Center for Global Finance and Economic Development. The center will offer an interdisciplinary curriculum, internships, scholarships, mentoring, and a Chinese language program. At the very same time the new Lehman Center is set to open, fall 2011, Spelman is expected to also open its first green-friendly residence hall. This year, the U.S. News & World Report ranks Spelman as the #1 historically black college and one of the 75 top best liberal arts colleges in the country. Spelman boasts a 77% graduation rate, the highest among black colleges, according to the Journal of Blacks in Higher Education. Congratulations, Spelman. Black college students are on the front line of their Darfur advocacy efforts. They are lifting their voices in the outcry over the genocide going on over in Darfur, Sudan.
More than 400,000 people have been killed by the Sudanese government forces and armed militia over the last 5 years, and an estimated 2.5 million people have been displaced. The Darfur Holocaust did not begin overnight. It was born out of a history of tradition of brutality in which formal National Islamic Front regime made up of Arabs, mostly, now the National Congress Party of the government of Sudan, made up of 90% indigenous Africans, based in the capital of Sudan, which is Khartoum, has systematically decided to destroy different indigenous African populations. The crisis started in 2002 when rebels made up of mostly ethnic African farmers attacked government outposts in a quest for more power in their land. The Sudanese government repressed the insurgency by bombing villages and arming Arab henchmen and Janjaweed guerrillas who had a history of land disputes with the farmers, and it has not stopped to this day. In 2004, the USA declared the atrocities in Darfur genocide. To get involved in the relief efforts along with the HBCUs, visit saintsforsudan.com or savedarfur.com. Hello is the hot new single blazing clubs, radio, and mixtapes across the country. K-Lo Entertainment artist Miss Brittany Elise, repping Cleveland, Ohio, is ready to turn the heat up on the music industry this fall with her lead single, simply titled Hello. You may remember Miss Brittany Elise from her very popular debut single, Satisfied. Brittany Elise's new single, Hello, has garnered national airplay and is available now on iTunes. Follow Miss Brittany Elise on Twitter and download her mixtape on her official site, www.brittanyelise.com. That's BRITNIELISE.com. That's going to do it for this edition of Direct Effects, y'all. It's a wrap. Make sure you check us out on that Black College Tour. We got a couple of campuses. We're down with the BET Tour. We have the Toyota TGI Green Initiative. Think green. Visit ToyotaGreen.com. Enter your best green initiative and win a new 2011 Toyota Prius. All right? That's right, ToyotaGreen.com. All right, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. It's your boy right here, Lamar Blackman. Let's go.
It's FuseBox Radio. We're going to be looking you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the chocolate room.
Hello? With your new neighbor. Don't be alarmed, we're Negroes.
Yo, this is a FuseBox production. Red Shit took the beat.
Follow me, tell me if you feel me. I think niggas is trying to kill me. Picturing pistols, spitting hollow points till they drill me. Keeping it real, and even if I do conceal my criminal thoughts, preoccupied with keeping still. See niggas is false, sitting in court, turn snitches. They used to be real, but now they petrified bitches. I'm trying to be strong. They sending armies out to bomb me. Listen to Ron, the only DJ that can calm me. Constantly armed, my firepower keep me warm. I'm trapping the storm, and fuck the world till I'm gone. Bitches be warned, word is born, you'll get torn. I'm busting on Giuliani, rubbing my niggas wrong. Ending this song, before I leave, picture me, I'm spitting that pump. Bitches and hustling to be free, watch me set it. Niggas don't want it, you can get it, bet it. Make these jealous niggas mad, I said it. This thug life, nigga, we don't cater to you hoes. Fuck with me, have 100 motherfuckers at your door with 4 foes. Yeah, nigga, thug life, I'm hard.
Right here on the FuseBox Radio.
Jehovah said I'm born from the pearly gates, fuck them. I didn't want to go to heaven anyway, but my mama got me on my knees with my hands gripped, talking about some praise the Lord shit. Hail Mary, fuck her, I never knew her. I probably screw her and dump her body in the sewer. Our Father, my pop stuck up dope spots, big, black and mean with the 5th by the gabardines. What you expected from his next to kin? I'm loco, bro, but ain't no Mexican. I got 9s in the bedroom, blocks in the kitchen, a shotty by the shower if you wanna shoot me while I'm shitting. The lesson from the Smith & Wesson is depressing. Niggas keep stressing the same motherfucking question. How many shots does it take to make my heart stop and my body start to shake? Ron G, stop.
I be that young, pretty, fly, smooth, glorious kid. A bad boy just like Notorious Big. A Rockefeller like Sean Carter. With more game than Ron Harper. The Bones Barker, rapper slash Sean Rubber. While y'all be on the corners bumming and high, I be out buying the finest shit money can buy. You wish you was in the position that I'm in. Hot rhyming, diamond shining, autograph signing. My lifestyle is far out. Every week bring a different car out. I go to nightclubs and buy the bar out. Cause I keep cream. I'm large on the street scene. Every time I touch mics you hear all the freaks scream. Yeah, Big L, Harlem's finest. Yeah, the nigga who hold it down for Uptown.
It's how we do it out here on this underground real shit, nigga. It's the heat, nigga. Now rewind this motherfucker. You know you can't help it.
Just hopped off the Millennium Falcon. This is Cab CAB, representing for FuseBox Radio. DJ Fusion and John Judah. You know what it is, Jersey. Might want to get your head right for this one. While the world is spinning, I'm just grinning, doing what I do. I'm too busy to be caught up and concerned with you. But if you get my attention, I lays it down straight to the point and don't F around. Touche, ricochet all day, boom, boom. Guess who stepped in the room? City to city, country to country, they want me, they pump me. If you knew like I knew, you wouldn't confront me. Everybody talk slicker and quicker when drinking liquor. Honey, snicker, some bigger, cause I want something that's thicker. Sexy, athletic, poetic, and energetic. Electromagnetic, with good credit embedded. You pathetic, running around hating on me. Get your life together, girl, stop waiting on me. I ain't no meal ticket, I keep it real sticky. Real deep in your booty for sure. You a cutie, can't hubby me up. I'm round the world getting munching, flattered, intrigued, but I find it fun. Yeah. While the world is spinning, I'm just grinning, doing what I do.
caught up and concerned with you. But if you get my attention, I lays it down straight to the point and don't F around. Touche, ricochet all day, boom, boom. Guess who stepped in the room?
I spent some lonely nights, 9-hour flights, reach new heights. The bright lights where my soul feel right. The price of freedom, lead 'em, need 'em. Don't wanna have to bleed 'em. Put 'em on a podium, watch 'em talk, read 'em. If he tell the truth, he lying from the day he was born. If he twitch and snitch, tell that bitch he gone. Got rules to abide by, the game's in force. OG nigga, certain lines can't be crossed. New Jersey in the house tonight, 280 West. Rub me the wrong way, it's getting addressed. Straight from the cuckoo's nest, big bird shitting and pissing. Drop a bomb on your ass, I'm not known for missing.
While the world is spinning, I'm just grinning, doing what I do. I'm too busy to be caught up and concerned with you. But if you get my attention, I lays it down straight to the point and don't F around. Touche, ricochet all day, boom, boom. Guess who stepped in the room?
Right here on the FuseBox Radio.
But who can't go for that? No, no can do. Now my boo can't go for that. Can't go for that. Can't go for that. No can do.
Do you wanna take a ride through the hood? The ruckus click, serious up to no good. Can't go for no progress, at least a stress. Mess when we step, you get your next snap. When a flow reacts on the next level track. We heard your footsteps in a city where the sun don't shine. Rain and fiction, laugh forever when it's the race upon the nine. Ruckus, open your mind and organize.
I sit back in my bed, watch Bill and Ted, make sure my days is excellent before my eyes get red. The professor, teaching rappers without the lecture. My texture move 40 yards like racetracks without the measure. My crew come better come with crews that beef setters. Setting beef, I'm known for being that rhyme jetter you can't defeat. Something that was made to never die, I'm here for a reason. That's why God trusted now.
But who can't go for that? No, no can do. Now my boo can't go for that. Can't go for that. Can't go for that. No can do. Now my boo can't go for that. No, no can do. Now my boo can't go for that. Can't go for that. Can't go for that. No can do.
If nobody told you, I'ma show you. Checkmate your king, overthrow you. You crown me king like checkers. Jump and blow you. Way out, stay out. My nights out to put your day out. I'm losing it, confusing it. Next level mentality to add on. Don't take away reality, I'm using it. But most don't agree with these tactics. The find them seas in the middle of 4 wars on their knees. Cause I freak it backwards. Backwards how I freak it. Peep it. My sanity helps me live it and speak it frequent. Slowly I can capture criminal raptures. The master blowing them seeds with minimal patches of rappers.
What be the malfunction? Cause the funk big on the jump just like the junction. Click policies. Long shots make slaves get broken when they step up to these. Your rest to take heed.
Can't go for that. No, no can do. Now my boo can't go for that. Can't go for that. Can't go for that. No can do. Now my boo can't go for that. No, no can do. Now my boo can't go for that. Can't go for that. Can't go for that. No can do.
With all love, due to the fact I jump funk on tracks, get down for stacks. My crew can't go for that, and to be exact, my gambling style stay with a Mac. The pimp on whack, head for attack, can't find no Mac.
Melody be in me, I see. Jump funkin', be jumping, killing styles instantly. Die by the hitman for hire. Set on whack crews on fire. Bow down to your lyrical, musical sire. DRP extraordinaire. Kick snares in your head until your jams be deaf. Who's left? Cardiac arrest my chest like DT's to harassment.
But bring it all to a close it all. Put that raw style in the game, froze it all. So it all a boil down to this. Basically facing me, you're mistakenly ludicrous. I ain't new to this.
My boo can't go for that. No, no can do. Now my boo can't go for that. Can't go for that. Can't go for that. No can do. Now my boo can't go for that. No, no can do. Now my boo can't go for that. Can't go for that. Can't go for that. No can do. Now my boo can't go for that. No, no can do. Now my boo can't go for that. Can't go for that.
You are now listening to the FuseBox with John Judah.
I was born into this world, little bitty baby girl. And not
in a racist world. Now it's a difficult process. The matter is of perception. When I look in the mirror, what do I see? Is it my reflection? See repercussions. Talking about the things we do. You need to know repercussions. Things can come right back to you. Isn't repercussions? What goes around comes around. Repercussions. See, I was born into this world in another space and time. Time has moved on and death has grown closer. Surely has blown my mind. Blown my mind. Ain't that a bitch? The way the world spins around. Spins around, spins around, spins around. Everything that I said and I did surely came back around. See repercussions. Talking about the things we do. Repercussions. Things sure can come back to you. Yeah, repercussions. What goes around comes around. Yeah, repercussions. They will get you down. Repercussions. Talking about the things we do. Yeah, repercussions. Things sure can come back to you. You need to know the repercussions. What goes around comes around. Repercussions. They will get you down. So breathe.
Yo, you're checking out FuseBox Radio with John Judah, and this is yours truly, Big Guru, the icon.
Come on, my man Guru, ball head slick. Bring it on if you think you can hang. It's legendary. Then let me do my thing. Yo, Kamachi, Philly's my official strip. Half street scientific, what I hit you with. The mind of an African initiate. I use my magic to murder any click you get. Don't need to click a clip. I'm in the jungle with Apollo stick. More powerful than any hollow tips. I'm out there like I blew up on the Apollo ship. I don't listen to Earth radio or follow hits. I'ma die for this hip-hop home I fought. And Guru got the tempo where the bones is bought. So I can create a world where my poems is taught. And now I got them caught like high heels in the cracks of the boardwalk. Blood from they mug, but I give them the sword talk. Keep my eyes open like a war hawk. They slugs melt, but I think they need more salt. When my black candles burn in the middle of white floor talk. Motherfuckers know who's the best. Kamachi. Bring it on if you think you can hang. And if not, then let me do my thing.
Bring it on, but make sure intentions are pure. Cause like the saying goes, all's fair in love and war. They wanna try to dead a brother for. My bags are packed, I'm about to head out on another tour. While back home, all the shorties learn to pack chrome. They catch you slipping, you could get hit to the back of your dome. The New York blocks are still scorching. Word up, and it's the same down in Philly and the same up in Boston. Down south and out west, some don't move without vests. I feel a couple of rappers, but I doubt the rest. Cause I can tell they don't know what they're in it for. They know their whole steez is weak, but won't even admit it or don't wanna play the game by the rules. So again, the blind leads the blind, the foolish led by the fools. And picture me not setting it straight. That's like a fat kid at a cookout, not getting a plate. So bring it on.
Motherfuckers know who's the best. Kamachi. Call me Guru. Bring it on if you think you can hang. And if not, then let me do my thing.
Hey yo, I'm humble and calm, but I still rumble and bomb. Any fugazi lazy rapper, I crumble in my palm. They play roles. and they could never rock me. I'm well protected, well connected, and I rock Kamachi. About to take ours back from the culture stealers, cause we'll never see power unless we let our culture heal us. The strongest people call us the soul survivors, so beware the burning sands and the molten lava.
Yo, the God known to control every cycle and season. It's my holy land, commercial ass disciples is leaving. When I hit them with this automatic rifle, I'm breathing and send their souls right back to the spiritual regions. My show get a listeners a miracle evening. Mary's womb is the spot that my voice was conceived in. Now understand me and what you should believe in. Don't care about my wrist long as my mental is pleasing. The Messiah, King, legendary, cold status.
Bring it on if you think you can hang. And if not, then let me do my thing. And if not, then let me do my thing. And if not, then let me do my thing. Bring it on, just bring it on, yeah. Bring it on if you think you can hang, yeah. And if not, then let me do my thing, yeah.
Word up, bring it on if you think you can hang, stupid. Yeah, it's your man Guru, Gangstar representing, aka Boyhead Slick. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the house with my man Kamachi. Straight like that, Philly to New York to worldwide. We'll put an end to your fraudulent behavior. That's what's up. It's about to change, you heard?
Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. You
Hey yo, this Rocco Rosanna Dana, aka J. Judah. We about to take it there, FuseBox, you know what I'm saying? We about to get on down.
everything we gonna do gonna be funky. So check it out, world. FuseBox Radio, about to rock every boy and girl. Aye.
Every day, a shade of blue. You won't believe what I'm going through. It just feels like I can't afford to let myself go. No, oh, no. Everyone is just the same. They touch me, but I can't say there has been no one brighter than you. I can't deny these things that I do. It feels like the world's at stake, 'cause I have been waiting for you. Heavenly, that's what you are. You're burning me like a shining star. How am I supposed to be the king without you? Oh, 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 it's true, yeah. Everyone is just the same. They love me, but I can't say there has been no one brighter than you. I can't deny these things that I do. It feels like the world's at stake, yeah. I have been waiting for you. There has been no one brighter than you. I can't deny these things that I do. Feels like the world's at stake, 'cause I have been waiting for you. I have seen no light brighter than you, and I can't deny these things that I do. Feels like the world's at stake, yeah. I have been waiting for you, for you. Yeah. Every day I sit down and I feel like I'm waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. For you. I have been waiting for you.
Right here on the FuseBox Radio.
Miss Jackson if you're nasty. Nasty! Nasty boys, don't leave them. Oh, you nasty boys. Nasty! Nasty boys, don't change. Wait. Hey, who's that thinking nasty thoughts? Nasty boys! Who's that getting that nasty talk? Nasty boys! Who's that eat that nasty fruit? Nasty boys! Who's sharing you my nasty groove? Nasty boys! Ladies, nasty boys don't mean a thing.
No, it's Mr. Ill. I think it's Ill. Oh, no.
FuseBox Radio.
Oh no.
Here they come.
Listening to FuseBox Radio, bringing the best of hip-hop and soul music, news, and commentary from all over.
you know, they really get it in. They really just, they get it in. You know, they get it in. This Rocco Rosanna Dana. This down with FuseBox. You about to take it there, yeah, see?
You know, everything we're gonna do gonna be funky. So check it out, world. FuseBox Radio, about to rock every boy and girl. Aye.
You are now listening to the FuseBox with John Judah.
Some everlasting. Rock him or remain calm. Till I fade. Let's motivate. I wanna see them keep following and swallowing, taking the making, biting the borrowing. Step away from frozen. And as the rhyme gets chosen, follow me. Planets are small as balls of clay. Not even a satellite. So keep staring, soon as you suddenly see a star, you better follow it, consist of all. This is a lesson if you're guessing, and if you're borrowing, hurry, step right up and keep following the leader.
Follow the leader, rock him or sing. Follow the leader, rock him or sing. Follow the leader, rock him or sing.
Keep following.
Rock him or sing. Follow the leader, rock him or sing. Follow the leader, rock him or sing. Follow the leader.
This is a lifetime mission. I listen. I'm about to flow. Cause the crowd said so dance. Sarah B on the blaze, bleeding to death, call an ambulance. A magnum as a microphone, murdering MCs.
Follow the leader.
Yeah, dope. I came to overcome before I'm gone. Now let knowledge be born. Then after that I live forever. You say never. History, not a mystery or memory. From the cradle to the grave. More than that. My mind was trapped, but I'm here to break away the chains, take away the pain, remake the brains, and build my name. Here's a lesson if you're guessing and following. Hurry, step right up.
two for the bass. Come on, baby, baby, let's rock this place.
You are now listening to the FuseBox with John Judah. You are now listening to the FuseBox with John Judah.
You'll agree, it's dynamite. That's all the time we have tonight. Join us next time. Good night.